I'm going to show you how to create a new page in your solo site, and then we're going to add that page to your menu item. And let me start off by explaining the distinction between a page and a menu item, because there is a difference. The page is the actual content that loads in the main body of your web page, and a menu item are the links in the menu that lead to that page. So in this example, we've got all of the links up here in the menu, and these are each menu items. And if you were to click on one of these menu items, it would lead you to the page. You can liken it to a restaurant that has a menu with various items. You're not having the food right in front of you, just a list of what food is available or what pages are available in this situation. And once you order that item, or once you click on the link in the menu, then you're served up the page, which is what you're actually looking for. So let's start by creating a page, and then we'll add it to the menu. And if you're logged into SoloSites and you're viewing the front end, you'll have a nav bar up top here that is only for admin users, and your normal visitors to the website won't see this bar. They won't see this chat bubble. This is only because you're logged in. And if you don't see this, then you need to go to your login link and log in, and you'll be able to see this both from the front end or the back end. And from either place, front end or back end, if you come here to new and go to page, or in the back end you can just click add new page right here, or the front end, new page. Let's go ahead and select that. What's going to happen is we get a blank slate, and we want to put our content into this blank slate, and we will build out a page. And this page may or may not be added to the menu. It can be created and not in the menu and linked to in an email or something like that. But most of the time, if we're going to create a page, we want to add it to the menu. So one of the first things that we add is the title. And if you see this list here, all of these have titles. And this is what we're going to add to our page right here. So let's just say our story. Okay. And I'll get some dummy content and put it here. And we're not going to get into all the details about formatting and all the possibilities that you can do inside of a page. What I would suggest that you do is play around, have fun. You can come up here and add a new block, whether paragraph, heading, list, image, quote, file, even an MP3. This is not the sermon section, but you can embed an audio file here and let people play it even on a page. One of the important things that we recommend all of our partners do with each page is choose a featured image. People love images, and if you have a photographer in your church who's taken some photos of a recent meeting or something in an archive, great, please use them. People love to see people, so use that. Real faces, real people. And you can upload those by coming here. But let's say that some of you don't have any images. I just want to show you something that's really neat. We've integrated SoloSites with Unsplash, which provides images that are royalty free. You don't have to pay for them, and they're legal. So let's just type in laughter, and we've got a picture here. So let's say this is the one that you wanted for your story. We've got a couple options. One is to set as featured image, which is what I was just talking about. Another is to insert it into the post or the page, and that's this body content here. For the sake of this tutorial, we're just going to add it as a featured image, and in another tutorial we'll get into some of the detailed mechanics of creating and building out the content of your page. But right now we just want to create a page and add it to the menu. So let me click on featured image, and it's actually pulling this image from Unsplash. It's just been resized and it's been added. And let me click right here to see the settings again, and you'll see that the image is going to be loaded right here. So we've set our featured image, and we're going to look at one more feature. With each page that you create, it's good to ask do you want it to have a menu in the sidebar? Now what do I mean by that? Let's just take a look at one of these pages. We'll look at Our Ministries. We have the nav bar that's at the top and the menu. A nav bar is another word for menu. And then a lot of times in the footer. So not only the top menu, but a footer menu. But sometimes when we're in a specific section of the website, like the About section, you may want a menu to be in the sidebar as well. So here we have an option for every single page. You can add a menu to the sidebar. And we're going to add our story as a child page under About. We'll put it maybe right before who we are. And we want to have the About menu in the sidebar. So let's just choose to have About in the sidebar. You can do it now. You can do it later. But that's all we're going to do for this tutorial. We've selected a featured image. We have some basic content. We've chosen a menu to be in the sidebar. This is not mandatory, so you don't have to add a menu in the sidebar, and the design will adjust accordingly. And I'm going to publish this. So now that our page is published, let's go ahead and take a look at it. And here it is. We've got the featured image we chose and the content and the title, and we've got the menu here. The only problem is our story is not in this menu, and our story is not in this menu in the About section. So we're going to do that now. If you click on this Design and Menus area, it's going to take you to the visual editor, and there's a tab here on the left that says Menus. This is where we want to go, and we're going to add it to one of these menus. But if you don't have any menus here, or you wanted to add a new one, you can just click Create a New Menu, give it a name, and click Next and start adding pages in the same way that we're going to add a page right now. Let me point out one more thing. If it's a menu that's going to go up here in the header, or if it's a menu that's going to go in the footer, in each menu you're able to choose where it ends up, where it shows. Footer right here, or primary menu, which is up here for the desktop or for the mobile. If you wanted to have different menus for mobile experience and desktop experience, you're welcome to do so and apply different menus to different screen sizes. But usually what we recommend users doing is for their primary menu to keep it the same for both desktop and mobile, but that's up to you. But what if you don't want a menu to go in the header or in the footer, and it's just a menu for the sidebar? Well, all you do is you create a new menu, but when you're selecting where it goes, you don't select any place, because we're going to choose, and in this case have already chosen, to call that menu using this setting here on the side. So if it's up top or if it's in the bottom, you're going to set that location here in the Menus section of the Designs and Menus tab. But if it's something that you want to end up in the sidebar right here, you're not going to choose a location at all, and you're going to leave these blank. So let's go to the About menu, and we're going to add the page that we just made. So you just come right here, Add Items, and you can just search Our Story, and it will index the database and pull it up. There it is. Just click that plus icon, and you can just drag and drop the order. Now the really neat thing here is you can do hierarchy as well. So you can indent, you can have grandchildren and those types of things. Usually you don't want to go more than a child or a grandchild. It could start to get too deep. One level, 2 levels deep is good enough. So here we are, we've got story up at the top, and all we're going to do is publish this. And what that is going to do is it's going to add an item right here on the sidebar, but we still want to add it right here. So let's come down here and just do our story and add this and drag this up to the top. There we go, and publish. Alright, let's refresh this page. And you're done here in the back end. And on the front end, we've got about our story, and here in the sidebar we've got about our story. So we've created a page and we've added it to actually two menus, one here in the primary menu location and one here in the sidebar. And that is how you add a new page and add that new page to the menu item in your Sola site.